So before we start the video, everybody, I want to get some housekeeping out of the way. Please, 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 if you can, watch the video all the way through. This helps us in the YouTube search rankings and helps us beat the algorithm so that we can be recommended to other people. Also, if you really enjoy the content, please like and possibly think about subscribing to the channel. That definitely helps our numbers greatly and helps other people see, again, the channel and beat the algorithm. So just remember this, and again, thank you everybody for clicking on the video, and thank you for watching. Let's get into it. Well, looks like I was right again. So, the backlash from the new slate of rumored movies and projects from DC Entertainment seems to have come a lot faster than I would expect. This news is coming from CBR, and it seems like fans are tired of DC Entertainment and Warner Media shenanigans. So let's talk about it. So, according to CBR, angry DC fans campaign to boycott Warner Brothers. So apparently a campaign has started in the form of a Twitter hashtag. It's hashtag boycott WB, in which fans are apparently expressing their displeasure with the DCEU, and this is for multiple reasons. Number one, apparently, or at least according to CBR, is the Ray Fisher issue, and I talked about this in my last video covering the DC or DCU problem, and which I talked about how, you know, they were trying to make all of these woke changes and yet we're erasing an original black character in the form of Ray Fisher Cyborg, and especially firing him after he alleged abuse against various executives, in particular Walter Hamada, the head of DC Entertainment on film, Jeff Johns, who's a creative consultant, worked with DC Comics, and last but certainly not least, Joss Whedon, who has been accused of bad behavior on multiple occasions, on multiple sets. So, I mean, this really isn't that surprising. But as we're looking at this, we can see that, this was inevitable. So, that's one faction of fans on the boycott WB hashtag. The other set are just pissed off about the things that we're all pissed off about as far as DC Entertainment on film. And that's really the idea that they're scrapping the Snyderverse, which people really like, especially after the Snyder Cut. We're getting rid of fan favorites like Henry Cavill, Ben Affleck, and Ray Fisher in support of people like Ezra Miller, who nobody really likes as far as his portrayal of the Flash. Like, he's okay, but nobody was clamoring to keep him on. And then of course we're trying to replace Batman and Superman with Batgirl and Supergirl. I don't even know how that was supposed to work, but that was the plan. So fans are obviously really pissed off about this whole thing, and so they're expressing their displeasure, which is their right, and rightly so. So, I mean, with this going on, I think one big point of contention is that the timing of the announcement that Jeff Johns is apparently returning to DC Comics for a Flashpoint Beyond series, according to CBR, coinciding with everything else that's going on, is just a slap in the face. And nobody's really for this, especially, like I say, with everything just culminating in a sea of just bad. Like, all the goodwill that the Snyder Cut, brought to the franchise is all wasted. People are really upset about the David Ayer cut not being released, despite David Ayer wanting it to come out and the fans of the original Suicide Squad film wanting it to come out. And then you have, obviously, caught in the middle of this, you have James Gunn's Suicide Squad and his Peacemaker series. So, all of this fan backlash is going to affect all of these projects, not to mention, the Aquaman 2 production, where Amber Heard is, again, still cast as Mira, despite, the way that Warner Brothers handled the Johnny Depp situation. So, I mean, none of this is going the way that I think Warner Media wants, and I think if they really want to change this or change the narrative around this, they need to give some ground on the Snyderverse, because honestly, it's not going to make them money in the long term. It's not going to make them money in the short term. And you're just going to have a bunch of pissed off fans and pissed off investors. So, I mean, with that being said, guys, I think that's really it. Let us know what you think about this in the comment section. We'll see you on the next one. 8-Bit Heroes out. Peace.